Hey everybody, my name is James. I'm from Gimbal Labs, and I'm joined today by my friend
Kyle. What's up? How's everybody doing?
and Kyle has a Project Catalyst proposal in the Developer Ecosystem Challenge for Project Catalyst Fund 3. And we've been talking about a few different things over the last few weeks and thought it would be nice just to make a video where Kyle can kind of talk through some of the thinking behind his motivation for his proposal, which is called Cardano Sharp .NET Library. We really want to celebrate the value of Catalyst, right? So my proposal in Fund 2 came together in a big way because a few of us people who showed up to Fund 2 started talking to each other, and we realized that by collaborating, we could do more together. In a similar way, during Fund 3, Gimbal Labs co-founder Roberto met up with Kyle in a chat room. They started comparing notes about what they were working on. Next thing you know, Kyle's grabbing Roberto's Dandelion endpoints. Kyle's building a wallet that I think I have probably too many hopes and dreams for Lyft Wallet. But even if we can execute on a few of those, really that's what this is all about. These opportunities to watch collaborations form. And so that's why I wanted to make this video today, just by setting a model of what a conversation about a Catalyst proposal can be like, because I believe this is a really valuable proposal, and I would love to be able to collaborate with Kyle as he continues to build it. So those are my motives for being here, asking a few questions today. So let's start with the name of this thing. You're calling it Cardano Sharp.
Yeah.
What's in the name?
So, really, it's a tribute to it being a C# library. So, there are some other crypto project .NET libraries out there, like N Bitcoin and N Ethereum, but I just didn't want to follow suit necessarily like that. And it is a C# library, so
Cool.
But it will be running on the .NET platform, right? Specifically, going to start with the .NET 5, so that launched in November. And keeping it up to date when .NET 6 rolls out this coming 2021 November. That'll be really exciting. Bringing on some extra features that we can leverage. Yeah.
Let's talk about your personal interests in .NET for just a minute. What's your experience using .NET, and why are you excited about this platform?
Yeah, I live in .NET. That's day in and day out. I'm constantly writing C# code, deploying on .NET, more or less .NET Core right now. My own stack that I develop on frequently we're not quite on the bleeding edge, but that's dangerous every once in a while. But yeah, man, I've been doing .NET development, VB back in the day, and now primarily C#, thankfully, for about a decade. So I've been a .NET fanboy for quite a while, and yeah, I was really excited 2016 when they finally took the leap into open source.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how that was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh my gosh, they're finally going in a great direction.
So it's fair to assume that this library you're building is open source.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't want people to think that this .NET library is my thing. I want it to be all of our thing. I want everyone's, if you can contribute, even if it's just some testing or, whatever it is, get involved. I want more ideas, more, better, security, let's look at better ways, good structures, and just a good way to present Cardano to the .NET world. I have an idea just from my own interactions of building a wallet. So I kind of have a path I want to follow, but there's so many different applications that we could build with a library like this. So yeah.
So you've got this decade of experience with .NET, and you've got experience with Cardano. So you've been building a wallet. You've got a stake pool. How do you see those kind of knowledge bases coming together?
Oh, absolutely. So right now, the Lyft wallet, it's built in Electron with a Vue front end, so it's very node heavy. I would love to kind of just go ahead and make a Xamarin style wallet, so we can run it on phones, and like, you know, maybe next year we'll be able to run it on cross-platform development or desktops. That would be really cool. And then I've definitely tinkered with trying to come up with nice little Windows oriented apps for managing stake pool, but yeah, I don't, you know, maybe on the test net I'll get to that eventually. So
You must have been particularly excited when Charles tweeted an Xbox a few months ago.
yeah, I mean, that's exactly what one of the biggest things that I think would be really cool as a demo would just be spinning up a Unity app or a game, you know,
Dude.
and like just like creating a wallet, right? You know, just saying like, okay, hey, I got an item. Oh, well, that's an NFT over here on my, you know, Xamarin mobile app, and then, you know, you have some website where you're trading them, and it's like these are all platforms
Yeah.
that one library can manage. We don't need, you know, a slew of technologies. We need .NET. It can handle desktop, mobile, games, and web development. I mean, it's, you know, and not to
Dude.
mention we're coming out with WebAssembly with Blazor, so I know
Mhm.
WebAssembly. You know, we have Rust. You know, .NET will be able to handle that as well.
Cool. Man, yeah, it's so exciting. And this is, it sounds like this is such an essential first step in that direction. But not only that, what you already said, people can show up and help, right?
Absolutely.
There's no matter how talented you are, there's not enough time in a day to create all of these kind of pathways, one person. So you're proposing to get it going, build the initial stuff, but also going to have systems for bringing people in so they can keep developing on this.
Yeah, I'm hoping this library, this proposal, really is just the catalyst, right? That gets us
Dude,
.NET developers, you know, running with this.
a little bit of education programming so people can learn more about it.
Hey, I'm always down to bring more C# developers into the world. I mean, if we can do it through Cardano, even better, you know.
Let's bring it. Okay, so I got to ask though. So I have a Linux box. I have a Mac. I don't have a Windows laptop right now. And honestly, I spend most of my time using like JavaScript and Node for the things that I choose to build. Why should somebody like me care about a C# library?
Exactly. And that's a great question. And I love, you know, this goes back to 2016 when they did make that jump to open source, and uh, .NET changed. You know, back in the day when it was just .NET framework, we only were on Windows. But, you know, starting 5 years ago, we jumped. And, you know, for instance, I actually already have Cardano DB Sharp, which is a Dapper library for consuming the Cardano DB Sync database. I wrote that 100% on my Mac. You know, that was, I
Cool.
didn't use a Windows machine to do that. So I mean, it's and most of the development I will do for Cardano Sharp, whether it gets funded or not, is going to be done on a Mac. You know, the Mac is a great developer experience, and I love that I don't have to choose. You know, I can run it on Linux, I can run it on Mac, all right there without mono. No more mono. You know, let's just run it natively. So it's
Brilliant.
awesome.
Brilliant. Oh, good. Well, hey, and actually, I mean, obviously, that was a bit of a staged question, but that was an honest question for me for you a couple of days ago, and I was so excited to hear that .NET. It sounds like it's gotten more flexible, and there's still a ways from their goals. So it sounds like they're going to continue developing these tools.
Exactly. I mean, .NET is still actively developing into the ecosystem that they're building. And it's not even just .NET. I mean, it's even C Sharp. C Sharp is a very heavily used language, and it's still an actively developed language. You know, they're constantly taking feedback from us C Sharp developers and the type of stuff we want to see in the language itself. So
Awesome. Awesome. So I think the best way to finish up is, do you have anything you can show us? Any previews of what's on the way?
yeah, let's. So here we go. Hopefully we can see this. So I have right here. I'm on I am on a Windows machine. So this is my PuTTY terminal. And what we're looking at is just a basic worker service. So this is more of a newer .NET project. But what I want to just pay attention to here is I'm pulling in this iCardano DB API, which this is from the package. I mean, if you are a .NET developer, you want to play around with this. This package is live on NuGet right now.
Awesome.
And then down here, I've begun working on basically a implementation for BIP39. I mean, to be honest, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm just taking some other open source projects that are using the MIT license. So this is, all I'm doing is consolidating for Cardano, really. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to grab a transaction from the testnet, this particular ID, and this particular transaction does have metadata. So we're going to see some metadata that we're pulling in. And then after that, I'm just going to do a simple generate a mnemonic. So just to demonstrate a read and then kind of the start of how we're going to start writing to the chain. So .NET run, we're going to release configuration. All right, there we go. All right, cool. No demo bugs. Awesome. So right here I got a transaction. Here's that transaction hash. So we can go look that up on Testnet Explorer.
Nice.
A little shout out to our buddy Roberto. You can see he's got some metadata with Sam and Adam.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then right here, we got a nice little 24-word mnemonic. So, I mean, that's just the start, and there's plenty of work to be done, but, stop sharing there. There we go. I'm excited. I'm going to work on this library, whether it gets funded or not. I just, would like to bring more other developers on too, especially if anyone's interested.
Man, yeah. So I hope that the word gets out there. I do believe that a lot of developers are on the way. And the other thing I love about this is it just feels like every time you expose somebody to even just a little bit of tooling, their brains explode, right? Like what you just showed me there, I'm like, I have so many questions. Like, could we do this with it? Could we do this? Oh, I could see where that's going to work, right? And the more opportunities we have to show people, here's what it looks like, here's how it works, bring people in, different levels of understanding of the tech, that's where the ideas are going to come from.
Yeah,
so,
and I mean, you mentioned you're a node developer, so to me, no, we're not trying to compete here. We're all just trying to expand the offering of Cardano, not like nodes better. It's not about that. It's about just expanding our tool set as a community. So,
man, so I can't wait to start teaching people how to use this stuff. It's going to be really fun.
Man, absolutely.
Dude, it's going to be such a blast. Thank you for building this. I guarantee people are going to use it. Like you said, funded or not, here it comes. And so to the Catalyst community, thanks for checking out this video. Do think about tooling, this developer ecosystem challenge. Some of the ideas here might be a little bit of a slower burn than some of the DApp ideas you're going to see, right? DApps are easy for end users to understand. Tooling, really try to read through and see what makes sense, and try to use your imagination to think about what this tooling is going to enable people to do in the world, right? Kyle could have been really sensational with this title by saying, we're on route to Xbox, right? And that might make more sense as a headline to end users, but he's telling you specifically about the tools that we're going to need to get there, right? And these initial steps are so essential. So not just his proposal, but all of the proposals on the dev ecosystem, try to read between the lines, figure out what it's going to be able to do. And all of these tools are going to create the dApps of tomorrow. So this is where we start. Any last words, Kyle?
No, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about the project and, just kind of share my own passion. So thank you.
This was fun, man. I'm glad we met, and we'll talk real soon.
Thank you.